What's going on, everyone? I am very excited today because we are back with another set 6 deck. This time we're playing Padme Tarkentown, and my goodness, are we playing a lot of new cards from set 6, hopefully for some pretty powerful advantage. Before we dive into the list, a big thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. Guys, it has been an absolute blast going through and diving into all the spoilers as they've been coming out, so thank you for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. What do we got going on with Padme, guys? For those of you that don't know, Padme, new leader. Anytime we reveal or discard one or more cards from our hand, you can exhaust Padme, and if you do, you can deal 1 damage to a unit. So kind of similar to QUINLAN, was we're going to try to dominate the early game. Now, on her flip side, she flips for 6 resources, 3/8, and same effect, but you just don't have to exhaust her. So the idea here is we want to be discarding cards from our own hand and getting value from it, or revealing cards from our own hand. So with that, what do we have to kind of support that? Well, there's a bunch of new set 6 cards, so I want to dive into those ones first. First off, Furtive Handmaiden, 1 resource, 2/2 on attack. You can discard, and if we do, we draw a card. We get 1 damage from Padme. Bail Organa, 2 resource, 2/4. On attack, we can discard a card. If we do, we create a spy token. Great, little bit of value. Chopper, 2 resource, 4/1. If we deal combat damage to a base, each player discards a card. So we get the card from their hand, we discard a card, we deal 1 damage to something. We've got another couple of cards from set 6. Sneaking Suspicion for plot. We're going to be discarding a lot of cards. We want things to be able to be played from our resource. Anakin is a 3 resource, 3/4 with raid 2 and hidden. We've got Luthen's Hallcraft. And when it's defeated, we make them discard. We have to disclose, which means we deal 1 to something. Topple the Summon, which is plot. We're going to be dealing 1 damage to a lot of different things. We're going to be deploying Padme, hopefully knocking out the damaged units. But then we've got a bunch of cards from the old sets to kind of support this game plan. We've got some smuggle cards like Cassian and L3 to get some value, and Hotshot Blaster to get some value from a resource pile. We've got Marin, Poe Dameron to discard cards from our hand to get the 1 damage from Padme. We have R2 as a turn 1 play to set up the future hands, but also turn 1, 2/4 that deals 1 to something. We've got Migs just kind of as a value engine. If we play it along something else and, you know, get to discard some cards, it's going to be huge value. Some direct damage and daring raid and open fire to combo with the deal damage or just kind of clear the way. And in the late game, we've got Depa Balaba as an ambusher and Mace Windu as an ambusher. Mace Windu is a little bit more exciting because we're going to be dealing 1 damage to stuff. So in theory, we're going to be able to kill it with Mace Windu and then ready it up immediately to finish out the game. Lots of cool stuff going on with this deck. I have no idea if this is going to be excellent. Tarkentown's kind of broken, so it's got to be good, right? I mean, we're playing cards that are going to deal damage stuff and Tarkentown the way. We got to be able to win. Let's see what we can do with Padme today. All right, we get to dive into our first game. I'm going to keep this hand, resource 1 of the RT, resource the Cassian. We'll see what my opponent starts with. This isn't necessarily what I want to be fighting, but you know what? We'll see what we can do. Obviously, they're going to have a lot of death triggers, so pinging out their units is not something that's like super exciting for me or anything. But Chopper, you know, dealing damage to a base, making us bolt discard and kind of clearing the way could be potentially pretty exciting. Yeah, let's go with the discard on Chopper here. We will grab, I guess we'll grab Open Fire. We'll deal 1 damage to Desperate Commando, and I will just Tarkentown that away. I know that they can, you know, attack into R2 and, you know, do the -1/-1 twice, so that's obviously something I don't want to have happen. So we'll pass, resource the Cassian, and ooh, Marin is a great draw. Marin allows us to discard a card to deal 3 damage to things, which is really, really nice. So not the greatest start by any means. So we'll go ahead and attack in for 2. Do I want to open fire? Not particularly. I think I'm just going to drop in the Marin. We're going to pass. Hotshot Blaster, easy resource. Hopefully we're going to be able to get some value out of discarding cards here. I think I'll just start with an R2 attack and see what my opponent does. They could have takedown or something, which would be bad. But oh, let me fix that. There we go. Now we're in the right spot. Anyways, let's go ahead and attack. Yeah, attack with Marin. I will discard, I suppose, the Open Fire to deal 2 damage to the droid missile platform. My opponent can go ahead and deal some damage as they choose. I'm going to take 3 damage to the R2, and I'll take 3 damage to the base here. We will trigger, make them make us discard. Oh, they're going to save it for the discard here. Okay. If my opponent wants to make us discard again, that's totally fine. Our whole point is that we're getting rid of all of our cards in hand and then being able to use the smuggle pile, right? So that was kind of the game plan anyways. Yeah, we'll just resource here. I mean, we're going to go up to the next resource anyways to get to Padme, so I'm okay with that. Migs can potentially be pretty good here, and we're going to kind of see what we want to do with it. I think here I'm just going to go with an attack in with Anakin. That's an attack in for 5, which is pretty sweet. Series Officer, not exactly the scariest here, to be honest. They got Power of the Dark Side here. All right, we'll get rid of the R2. Not exactly a scary one here. I guess I can discard and get rid of the Series Officer. I think I'll do that. Let's just go ahead and drop a Cassian in from the resource pile. We'll attack in. We will attack into base. We'll discard the MiGs. My opponent can deal 2 damage to the base, but I mean, that's a really nice setup, right? We'll pass. We got a Depa Balaba, which seems good. I mean, that's a 6-drop, right? But we also have... Ooh, we did get a plot card as well. Ooh, HK. Are they going to triple trigger here? They can't because they don't have the Chimera. So we're just going to get in some damage, huh? I mean, this is GG, right? They don't have an answer to any of this. Because we go Hot Shot Blaster, Cassian in for 5. And then we just deploy Padme and attack with Marin, and it's GG. Yeah, GG. Kind of crushed it. I mean, honestly, the fact that our Marin just killed 2 of their units... Yes, they got to discard our hand, but it didn't matter. I mean, deploying Cassian was kind of what we wanted to do anyway. So, I mean, Marin just dominated that game. I mean, that was crazy. Just disgusting. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and mulligan away that first hand. I kind of like this hand. I'm going to resource these 2. I'm going to go with the chopper on turn 1. We're going to see what my opponent does. I like the chopper, though. The chopper seems pretty good here. Making them discard. They're playing Jedi Temple. I mean, what? Oh, it's so brutal. They're playing a card. Oh, my gosh. All right, it is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to be able to knock it out. We're going to go chopper. I will discard. I guess I'll discard PADME. They're gonna discard as well. We're gonna be able to deal 1 damage to the Gunji, so at least it'll trade. I was hoping that we would be able to do something a little bit different, but we'll see. All right, Gunji, 1 damage to the Gunji. I'll take it. You know, 4 damage into base is a lot. I mean, 4 damage to start out with is a lot. Let's see what they've got to follow up, though. They're just gonna attack base. Interesting. I'm gonna go L3 here. And they're going to go resupply. Huh. I'm going to Tarkin Town away the Gunji. Yeah, that is good. That is good. I'm going to go Kira and just discard my other card. I don't really care about it. We'll see. I mean, they're going to deploy a unit here for sure. Secretive Sage. All right, let's go Kira. Yep, Anakin Power. I think in this spot, I'm just going to name Anakin. I guess I could have attacked first. I was worried that they're going to have a 3 resource thing to play here. But we will discard, which will get rid of the shield and then knock out Secretive Sage. Wow. Wait, what? Why did they... Okay. They're gonna... What are they gonna get rid of? Chopper, I guess? Yeah, they got rid of Chopper. All right, let's attack in for 2. And then I guess we'll see. I was surprised. I guess they drew the other resupply. A pretty lucky draw, to be honest. If they didn't have resupply here, the game would have been like over. Yeah, let's just attack base for 3. Wow, what a lucky draw. The other resupply. Whew, crazy pickup there. Waited for my opponent. They got something in hand. They got something. Man, we had a good start, too. Good start, but I should have attacked with Chopper. I thought they were going to have another 3 resource thing to play, which is why I went with the Kira, but obviously it would have been much better to do something different here. Let's see what they're going to have. Shatterpoint. Kill what? Kira? Okay. I think I'll attack in with L3 for 2. They probably kept Anakin is what I'm expecting them to do. I don't know. This is tricky. Anakin's scary. Anakin's a scary card. All right, let's go Kira. It's Anakin. I mean, I guess we're going to name Anakin. They're keeping Anakin, of course. I mean, it's not really a surprise there. So I can topple. Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. They're going to be able to Anakin, probably kill off Kira or L3. I mean, I'm not sure what they're going to do here, but... Oh, let's deploy. We're going to go ahead and play Sneaking Suspicion, plot up the Padme attack for 4, pass. Got a couple of cards here. I mean, I think Marin's going to be the resource because Anakin does have Hidden, which is nice. So we can go Anakin plus the Hotshot Blaster, which is pretty good. I mean, they can play Anakin units, which will get in some value here. Man, the resupply, really, really good resupply. That's crazy. They're going to attack in. I mean, I'm going to attack in with Kira just because it's 3 damage. And then I think I will just get in with the Padme to follow up with the Hotshot Blaster, and we'll see where we go from there. Let's see what they're going to do. I mean, I'm racing. I'm racing, guys. I am racing. Let's go. Man, I love this deck. Blue leader, huh? Okay. Not particularly good. Let's go Hotshot Blaster in for 6. I mean, blue leader comes in, but I mean, yeah, they knock out Kira, but they could have just played Anakin. Like, I think Anakin would have just been better. And maybe it would have, I guess. I don't know. Because now they can play Anakin next turn, I guess. I don't know. It's complicated. It's a complicated situation out here. Okay, guys? Okay? Yeah, Hotshot Blaster looks great. 6 damage into base. They're going to claim initiative. We're going to play units, pass Cassian into the resource pile. Great pickup. Great pickup, by the way. Absolutely fantastic pickup. Anakin is lethal. Padme is lethal. Combination of L3 plus Cassian is potentially lethal. I guess Anakin isn't exactly lethal because of Yoda's Restore 2. So really comes down to Padme. Yoda. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's a crazy, crazy draw. We're going to get in for L3 just because I know that they can kill off L3 with these units. So if we get in with Padme, that's going to be 6. They're going to restore 2. I mean, technically, we have GG on board. If I didn't attack with this and they, let's say, attack it with Yoda, then and we get in for this one, they're up to 25. Then they go down to 23. Then we have to deploy Cassian, which is not lethal. I mean, technically Padme is lethal right now, so they have to claim initiative, but we have a Cassian, so it's GG. So despite them having an amazing draw, I mean, resupply into Yoda is like as good as it gets. We also had a great draw, which was Cassian. I mean, Cassian was great. Sneaking Suspicion actually did some good work, but really the critical one was there. It was Chopper. I mean, Chopper really wrecked their hand. I discarded the Poe just because I wanted to curve out with the Kira, but I wonder if I should have just kept the Poe. They had Shatterpoint though, so I did do the right thing, but I mean, who knows? There's a million different things that could have happened there, but it was a good game. GG. Into the next game, and honestly, absolutely horrendous matchup, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, Chopper could do some work, but Iden Data Vault is like the worst thing we could have fought up against. We're gonna go with Chopper. I mean, it is our best play. It is what it is. Not much that we can do about it. Chopper would be great to land and keep on the board, but it's gonna get Merciless contested or Power of the Dark Sided, or a million different other things that could have happened in this situation. So goodbye, Chopper. I wanted Bale actually preferably over the Chopper, which is why I played that secondarily. Because I can start discarding cards, and getting a little bit of value there. Kira's going to be great here. If they have takedown, they take down my Bale, which kind of stinks. Bale is like one of the few cards that I feel like could get us the long game. But I mean, honestly, we loaded up this game and we're expecting to lose it. It is what it is. Sometimes you just roll up against, your opponents here. Let's just go with the Furtive Handmaiden attack. I will trigger. I'm going to discard the Depa Balaba. Great, get in for 2. They're going to be able to use the Iden action. They got Rivals Fall, Resupply Carrier Entrenched. I mean, I'm just going to name the I could name like Super Laser Blast, I suppose, but then Rivals Fall takes out the Kira. I'm going to name Resupply Carrier, actually. It's just so that they can't ramp. I mean, Entrenched is really good against us as well. Okay, the Migs is a great draw, by the way. That is a fantastic draw. That could get some value going. That could get some value. I like that. They're going to pass. Okay, let's get in for 3. Five resources. They have Entrenched. I could always just deploy Cassian. They're going to pass. All right, let's attack. Trigger. Let's get rid of Kira. Pass. That's another Kira. Okay. Okay, let's just deploy Poe. They can Entrenched Poe. I mean, they're taking a lot of damage here. They have Vanquish. All right, I mean, they drew Vanquish. Sometimes you just draw it. Just straight up, just draw it. It is what it is. Let's get rid of the Kira here. Let's get in for 3. My opponent playing a bunch of nonsense. Nonsense, I say. Can't play around Super Laser Blast. We need to get in damage. So they got Rivals Fall, so they may Rivals Fall us. I'm actually totally okay if they Rivals Fall us. Well, no, because they have Iden. Let's go with Migs. Power of the Dark Side. Let's attack in. I will discard the Podameron, deal 2 damage to the base. Pass. Got ourselves another Cassian, huh? Let's deploy Padme. Let's go R2 discard. We will grab Mace Windu, deal 1 damage to the Iden. Let's claim here. I'm going to claim because Mace Windu can immediately ready. I like Mace Windu immediately readying. Knock out the Iden. 7 resources is not overwhelming barrage, which is important. Rivals Fall, knock out the Mace Windu. Yeah, Rivals Fall coming in. Sure. Get in for 2. We will trigger, discard a card, deal 2 damage to the base. Pass. Daring Raid, that's a good card. Daring Raid's a good card. Honestly, I don't even think we resource anything here. Ooh, they have to have Super Laser Blast, and they do, as normal. I mean, every single freaking Iden and their moms have the Super Laser Blast every single time. It is what it is. Definitely not a great spot to be in. Super Laser Blast, man. Come on. Of course you have a Super Laser Blast. Yeah, let's go with the Luthen's Hallcraft. I can't win anymore. Super Laser Blast is so too powerful. Anakin comes in. Ooh, another Migs. I mean, we kind of have to keep it. No heroism cards. Dang. Double Daring Raid's good. I'm sad that we had to discard the Cassian. Nebula Ignition. Come on, man. The game is so unfun. Game is so unfun. Let's claim initiative. Open fire into the resource pile. I guess I could have kept it. And yeah, I mean, Hotshot Blaster in for 4. Whatever, man. Whatever. Just freaking control matches. It's just, I'm just trying to play some set. Why would you go into open format and then just play Iden Data Vault? Why? Why would you do that? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, what is the point? It makes 0 sense. Absolutely 0. But it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. We will grab Cassian, I guess. Gonna resource it, of course. What is the point, man? Like, why are we even here? What are we doing right now? We're gonna claim they can knock out my R2. I mean, the game is over, guys. Come on. I mean, they have Avenger. I mean, what? You know what? This is just not even good gameplay, guy. Come on, GG. You know what? You're playing Iden Data, but you got it. You're beating our Tarkin Town Padme deck. It is what it is. I can sit through that one. I don't think we can win. That was our last Cassian. We have no other way to ready up immediately. I'm not playing Millennium Falcon, which would have been another option. So there's just no way. They just have removal every turn. They have an Avenger down. I know they have Avenger in their hand. GG. You know, you got us. Alrighty, into the next game. We're going to go ahead and get a quick mulligan in. I mean, Migs is good. Migs is good. I'm going to keep it. Not exactly my favorite hand. I would have preferred something that's going to be able to set up the Migs. I'm going to go Migs turn 1, but I'm hoping to get something else. I mean, open fire does exist. I'm hoping my opponent maybe is in the space arena, so we can use Migs and open fire to kind of get some value going. We're going to go Migs turn 1. They got Battlefield Marine. That's not what I wanted to see. You know, that is not what I wanted to see at all. Ooh, now that is interesting. That's really good, actually. Wow, R2 is amazing here. Because what I can do is go discard, grab, I guess we'll grab, like, I mean, we could grab anything here. PADME, I guess. We'll deal 1 to the Battlefield Marine, 2 to Battlefield Marine. Boom, gone. Out of here. See you later. Bye-bye. That was sweet. What a great draw. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to attack it with Migs here. And then they're going to, you know, get rid of the ability. Okay, sure. We're going to pass, resource this Cassian. And then what do we want to do? What do we want to do? I guess we'll see. They're going to probably pilot Kazuda onto the, or PADME, huh? Okay. Okay. Let's go with an attack in for 2. I'm guessing my opponent's going to put Kazuda onto the AT hauler. Okay, they are. Let's go with open fire on the X-Wing, and then we'll just knock it out, I suppose. Pass. Ooh, we really needed some way to discard a card. Really need some way to discard a card. Next turn, we can do something crazy with PADME. We can deal essentially 3+2 from Migs to knock out Stolen Etar and defeat the Kazuda, which is really strong. Surprise strike in for 10. Jeez. All right, let's go PADME. Contracted Hunter. Knock out the Migs. Ooh. That's a good card. Ooh. Okay. Let's go PADME attack. We will discard just everything that we have. We're gonna defeat an upgrade, deal 2 damage. Opponent discards a card. We have to claim initiative after we attack. Gonna be able to deal 1 to their Stolen ET hauler. Then use Han, get in for some damage. Claim. Oh, Oh, they have nothing. Is it possible? Is it possible? We attack. We discard. We defeat an upgrade. Deal 2 damage to the stolen AT hauler. Oh, man. If we had MiGs, if they didn't have Contracted Hunter, it would be crazy. Oh, interesting. How do we win? How do we win? Leia can attack. If they claim initiative, how do we win? How do we win? Because we can't play the stolen AT hauler because we don't have a way to discard, do we? So we could get in 4-7 damage. It's not enough. We have to claim. Oh, it's GG. Oh my goodness. Our opponent with the absolute incredibly just damaging start. Good stuff from my opponent. We were almost there. If we had something else to trigger that MiGs, it would have been so much better. Man, that was so close. They were we were so close to be able to get there. I was trying to figure out what we could do to maybe get something going, but we didn't have a consistent way to discard for the MiGs. Man, that was close. That was really close. Alrighty, into the next one, and we got ourselves a matchup up against PADME. Now, this hand's really close. I mean, we got the MiGs. I don't expect them to have a lot of ground units. I think I have to mulligan, though. It's just a little bit too... It's just not enough to enable what I want to do. This one's much better. I can resource the plot card and one of my extra Bail Organas. And of course, if they do happen to have a ground unit, I'm very happy that I mulliganed the first hand. They happen to have the Y-Wing, so that's okay. We're going to go with Bail. We're going to start discarding. We're going to be dealing damage to the Y-Wing, and we're going to go to town that way. They're going to pass. Ooh. Yeah, let's resource the Anakin. We're going to be playing MiGs Daring Raid this turn, basically no matter what. So we will get to see what we will do here. Chewbacca, huh? And that's not particularly good, to be honest. It's not. It is not. We're going to be able to deal 1, 2. I mean, that's... Yeah. We'll just take the damage, I think. Yeah, we'll just take 7. We're going to attack. I will trigger, make us discard. Do I care about the Daring Ray? Because if I discard, I can deal 3 damage to this. Plus Tarkin Town and finish it off. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. We're going to deal 1 damage to the Y-Wing and then 2 damage to the Y-Wing, and then we're going to Tarkin Town it. Remember, Chewbacca doesn't prevent Tarkin Town. It just prevents straight up defeating. So MiGs doing some clutch work. MiGs Bail is a crazy combination. I mean, that is incredible. They've got nothing, 0 resource. We're going to Tarkin Town away. Pass. We've got Cassian going into the resource pile. Easy Kira, easy Bail attack, easy MiGs, kind of value. Basically, it's Bail attack, deal 3 to something. That's pretty incredible. I mean, it's going to go really quickly. Now, we do have to be a little bit careful here because really the biggest bottleneck is us potentially dying, right? There was an argument to just take a bunch of damage there instead of taking 3 indirect damage to the base. I could have just taken some damage onto Bail, but I wanted to keep Bail alive pretty much no matter what. So we'll see. We'll see. We're definitely going to get an attack in immediately with our Bail Organa here. We're going to discard the Luthen's Hallcraft. We'll deal 1 and then deal 2. And then if my opponent just flips Poe onto this thing, I think we just claim. We just claim because we get to go ahead and knock out. Ooh, topple the summit, huh? I mean, that's pretty good too. Yeah, we're just gonna go Bail attack here. Discard the, I suppose, Kira at this point. We will deal 2 damage to a base, pass on dealing any damage. And I mean, this just knocks out basically every single unit. We'll play a PADME here, and then we'll see what my opponent wants to do, because they could flip PADME as a ground unit. And if they do, That's fine. We will just attack Poe with our PADME, their Poe with our Poe, and we'll discard a card, be able to ping 1, then deal 2, and that's going to look pretty nice. Let's attack it for 2 with the MiGs. They're going to kill off the MiGs, or maybe the Bale. I think the Bale is clearly not the choice here. Yoda's lightsaber, huh? Okay, they're going to get in damage. That's interesting. All right, we're going to claim initiative at this point. They're rushing in a lot of damage. So we do need to be very, very careful not to just completely lose here. Open fire, sneaking suspicion. I mean, this is sneaking suspicion or open fire at Kira. This is an easy sneaking suspicion discard. We attack, we discard 2, we deal 2, 2, and then we go to town that way. So we attack, discard, discard. We deal defeated upgrade, deal 2 damage, and then we will deal 2 damage to a unit, and then we're not going to deal any more damage. And we're just going to knock out the Poe. So there goes their entire board. And we're left with Poe, MiGs, Bale. I mean, we still are threatened in this game. No question about it. We do need to be a little bit careful. But we do need to end the game as well. I mean, I just knocked out like all of their units. But they're going to have like infinite space units here. My Poe is attack deal 4 or deal 5 because I have the MiGs. Discard, I have Poe's deal 2 and I have Padme's deal 1, which is nice, but I mean, it's going to be tough. It is still going to be tough. They can still get in a lot of damage, so I have to be very, 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 very careful here in every single action I take. They may have just conceded, to be honest. I mean, we have a great setup here, and Bail Organa and Migs Mayfield did some great work. We'll see, though. We will see. They are. Looks like they're AFK, but I mean, man, the Bale Migs Mayfield Padme combination, guys, it is doing some work, and there you go. They have left. All right, cool. That was fantastic. What an amazing showing for Padme. Into the next game, we get ourselves a pretty nice one. Resource the Hotshot Blaster on the top of the summit up against Daedra, which is actually funny. It's not great for us because we are going to obviously discard our entire hand every single turn. But yeah, we will see what my opponent's got. I'm just going to go with a MiGs. If they want to use an action to try to deal 2 to MiGs and that draw a card, that's fine. They're going to force choke. I don't know about force choke, to be honest. I mean, force choke feels pretty bad up against, you know, or when you're playing Daedra. Because, yeah, you get to kill your unit, but we draw a card? Okay. Open fire. All right. They're just going to kill off all our units. Sure. That's totally legitimate. Totally legitimate. Let's go Kira. They've got Daring Raid, Fell, Dragon, Shoot Down, Pershing. I mean, I'm just going to name Dr. Pershing. That is a lot of removal. Lot of removal here. They can flip Daedra. Pershing can't come down, which is nice. We have a lot of ambushers here. I mean, Daedra could come down, but... Sure, we'll make Kira take 2. Daedra's a 2/5, so she can't finish off Kira here. Seems good to me. Daring Raid as well. Sure. So use Daring Raid plus the action to knock out Kira so they can play Dr. Pershing. It's okay. That's totally fine. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of Cassian, or let's resource Cassian rather. Ooh, Chopper, Daring Raid, Kira. I guess we'll grab Kira. We can exhaust to deal 1 to Daedra. Not really sure what their game plan is. I wonder if they're just going to be super controlling and they're just going to use that to try to win the game. I mean, it is a completely viable strategy to just play villainy, vigilance, aggression, and be the controlling deck. Like, I think that's totally legitimate, but very, very, very weird. All right, let's go Anakin here. They probably have another open fire. I know they have Fell the Dragon, so Fell the Dragon can knock out these 2. I mean, cards in hand is pretty good. Daedra is a 4-powered unit, by the way. Okay, they're going to trade. Do they have like a Power of the Dark Side or something? That would be something I'd be curious about. They have Daring Raid. Okay, just Daring Raid. Sure. Kira seems okay. Maybe I just go Kira here. I'm just going to kill Dr. Pershing. Kind of a free attack here. I know I could race them, but I feel like this game is going to come down to more cards in hand based on what my opponent's playing. Let's go Kira. They got Fellow Dragon, Avenger. So let's name Avenger. I don't have any card that my opponent can really deal with. They can take 2 to Kira. We'll deploy Padme. Like, they have fells, but none of my cards, you know, get affected by fell, so I'm not really worried about it. We'll keep Mace Windu. We'll see what my opponent's got. Daring Raid. Sure. Okay. They're definitely playing the controlling game. You can say that for sure. All right. What do I want to do here? I can go Mace Windu. They may have Fell, though. Would they have resourced Fell? I mean, I have Open Fire plus Furtive Handmaiden plus Hot Shot. Yeah, I'll just go Open Fire. Let's see what my opponent has after that. Okay, they'll deal 2 to Padme. Let's go Hot Shot Blaster on Padme. Get in for 5. Let's play Furtive Handmaiden. Let's pass. Luthen's Hallcraft. I mean, honestly, Luthen's Hallcraft looks pretty weak here just because it's 5/3, does nothing else. Super Laser Blast I'd be worried about, but I mean, I haven't seen any Super Laser Blasts, and I know they're playing 3 of Daring Raid. I know they're playing 3 of Open Fire. I know they're playing Force Choke, Pershing, Pike Sentinel, Fells. I mean, they've got a million different cards here. Ooh. Okay. I think we just go another Hot Shot Blast with Furtive Handmaiden getting in a discard. I guess we discard the Luthen's Hallcraft just to draw. You can draw a card here. Attack in for 5. I'm going to claim Initiative. That makes me think that they have something good, so I'm just going to claim here. I mean, they could play Avenger, but Avenger doesn't really do much. I mean, it kills off Furtive Handmaiden for sure. Like, there goes Furtive Handmaiden for sure. But, I mean, we just have Hot Shot Blaster plus Cassian now, so that's GG. GG. I mean, my opponent's playing like this Vigilance Villainy control deck, which, I mean, Daedra, this is not how I would have built it, but I think it's cool. You know, I mean, playing a controlling deck, you know, it gets that's the kind of part where I'm like, you know, controlling deck, it's the same old, you know what I mean? But you could say the same thing about our deck, where it's like, direct damage plus target town, same old, you know? I was just expecting people to like go aggro with Daedra, you know what I mean? Like 4-powered 4 deploy leader, that's crazy. But we didn't take a single point of damage on our base, and we just kind of like, I didn't feel like there was much, you know, strategy in the game. It was like, get the Cassians, get the hot shot attack in, you know. But it is, my friend, it was well played. I honestly, this is a very different style of Daedra that I would have expected. I would have expected Open Fire, Daring Raid, that type of stuff, but Force Choke I would not have. And you know, I mean, they just played a bunch of removal, really. and they got us good at the beginning of the game. So GG to our opponent. Into the next match, up against Luke, and honestly, my hand looks pretty fantastic. It might not seem it at first glance. You're like, oh, Chopper, doesn't he die to Luke's action? But with Open Fire, it's very likely I'll go Chopper, Open Fire on turn 2, attack, ping Tarkin Town. That's kind of the game plan, because normally what they're playing, I'll be able to deal all of that, right? Like turn 1, they play like a Y-Wing or whatever space unit, and then turn 2, they go with like a red 5, for example, and all of that will be able to be dealt with. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm liking our situation. Chopper looks good. It's going to eat up our opponent's hand really, really quick. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's pretty good. I do like me some Miggs Mayfeld. That's good stuff. This allows me, I'm going to still Open Fire because I want to clear the board here. And then so that I can go with Chopper, discard like a Depa Balaba. I resourced the L3 just because with my hand currently, with, you know, discarding a card every single turn, assuming Chopper lives, which I'm pretty sure he's going to live, they have open fire. Okay, so they have open fire of their own. Less exciting, obviously. Very, very sad about it, but it's okay. It is okay. Let's go Furtive Handmaiden here, and then we'll go with Miggs Mayfeld. So obviously, pretty disappointing here. Not much that we would have done, though. They happen to have the open fire, which is obviously really solid. We play out the Miggs Mayfeld. We're going to be able to discard a card if we just get an attack in here. Okay, they're going to claim. Topple the Summit coming in. I mean, we're going to put this into the resource pile. I'm a little bit worried based on what my opponent's playing so far. Okay, we're just going to take a bunch of damage into the base here. Let's go Furtive Handmaiden. Attack. We will discard. Mace Windu is going to be pretty bad. We will exhaust to kill off this Y-Wing. And then we're just going to play Akira. That was actually a pretty nice pickup here. So my opponent, a little bit disruptive. We're also disruptive. We basically kind of have the same hand. I'm a little bit worried about this Luke. Luke could be dangerous. Blue leader going to come down and ambush my unit here. Get rid of the Miggs. Okay, let's go with Kira here. They've got Stay on Target, Blue Squadron. I mean, I guess I'll name Millennium Falcon just because it's bigger. We will Tarkin Town away the blue leader. And then, I mean, I could play Depa, but yeah, we're just going to... Ooh. Does that change anything? No, I kind of want to get rid of the blue leader. I think Target Town in that is going to be relevant, especially since we're going to be able to, you know, kind of ping away a bunch of units. Okay, so Marin, I mean, I just don't think Depa Balaba is really going to do much, but neither will Chopper. So maybe we just resource Chopper. And then we can go Marin plus Hotshot Blaster, I suppose. We can even discard, you know, Luthen's Hallcraft. I mean, Luthen's Hallcraft not really doing a whole lot here. Man, if that Chopper lived, this game would have been so over. So over. Oh, that's so sick. Another blue leader. Wow, what a crazy draw. That was an excellent draw from our opponent. Oh, interesting. Huh. Maybe I just go Depa here. I'm going to attack, and I will discard the Luthen's Hallcraft, see what we draw. Okay, we'll deal 1 to the blue leader here. Another Hotshot Blaster isn't too bad. So I can flip Padme. So Luke's a 5/6. Maybe I just play Depa. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to play Depa. Get rid of the blue leader. Now they have a choice. They can claim and then try to like flip Luke on a unit. I'm only really worried if they get a Luke down, if that makes sense. Like on a unit. If it's just like a standard, I play Luke as a 5/6 unit on the ground. Not worried about it. I'm only worried if they get it into the space arena and then go to town there. That's where the worry comes in. Blue leader being absolutely clutch here for them. I'm surprised they didn't try to pilot on a blue. I mean, it's very risky to do that, right? Because you're going all in. So I'm not really necessarily surprised about that. But that double blue leader really messing with our strategy. I mean, killing out the Miggs, the open fire on the Chop. I mean, they just had kind of a solid disruptive element back and forth, right? There's a Poe Dameron. Timely Poe? Wow. I mean, that's insane. Oh, I don't think they played this right. They should have attacked the Furtive Handmaiden and then dealt 2 to the Depa. Wow, that's crazy, by the way. Okay, they discarded 2 cards. They're going to make us discard. I'd be very surprised if they make us... Wow, they make us discard. Huh. I mean, no Topple the Summit. I don't need to do that. We can... Oh, this is tricky. Oh, this is tricky. All right, let's go hot shot into the Podameron. Just knock him out. I'm trying to decide what I want to sequence here because there's so many good opportunities to do what. There's so many good things to do here that I was having trouble deciding. But I was like, I could go Marin Migs. I just don't want Migs to die, and I kind of want Furtive to live. They're gonna claim initiative, huh? All right, let's go Marin. Let's not discard a card. Let's just attack for 2. Okay, double Daring Raid. I'm just gonna keep my cards in hand. What I was trying to figure out was what I want to actually go with here. My opponent could have another Timely Poe, and that's great and all. Like, it is what it is. If they have another Timely Poe, like, just it's gonna be tough. That's a tough combination to come back from. They've had a really nice hand, but so have we, to be honest. I mean, it is a battle here. A Delphi Patrol Wing. Okay, what are they gonna do? I mean, honestly, attacking with a unit, not that big of a deal. Wow, they actually... Wow. Okay. I'm all for that, actually. Okay, so we go Migs plus Cassian. We can go Daring Raid Migs. What do I want to do here? Oh, let's just attack. No discard. We're just gonna trade with Luke here. 2 resources means that you don't have likely an opportunity to kill off this Mig. So now what we can do is attack, discard the Daring Raid, hit for 2, Daring Raid the Adelphi Patrol Wing, play L3, and then pass. Man, these these, like, you know, trying to figure out what my sequence here has been really tricky because I'm trying to figure out what is going to give me the best opportunity to really control the board and keep on this pressure. And I think Marin Migs is just great. And then I got a 2/2 with shield, just gonna allow us to end the game, hopefully. U-Wing Reinforcements. Great pickup, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. My opponent's draws have been on fire here. Absolutely on fire. Let's see what they get. Hopefully not someone that's going to be able to kill the Migs. Migs is going to be kind of a huge component of why we're going to be able to do a lot of work here. Marin hits for 3, but with Migs, she hits for 5. Interesting. I think here I just attack, discard the Kira. We'll deal 2, 1, 2. Okay, and that wasn't a particularly strong U-Wing reinforcement. I'm killing this one because this one's a fighter, so it'll be able to activate. They pass, huh? I mean, I'm going to play Poe. Just straight up just play Poe. I mean, that's a great drop here. They're going to claim initiative. We're going to attack in, pass. Wow, this is a back and forth here. This is a back and forth. This is a game right here. I feel like we're super favored. I don't really know, besides like another Timely Poe or Timely Wrecker or something of that note. I'm not sure what my opponent could even do to come back in this game. But I guess we're going to find out, huh? Resistance Blue Squadron, take out the Migs. I just don't know if that's really that good. Because what we're going to do here is attack it for 6, discard. We'll start with a Daring Raid here to deal 2 damage to the Millennium Falcon. And we can exhaust Padme to deal 1 to the Blue Squadron leader. And then even if my last card gets discarded here, that's totally fine because we have a million different things to kind of get some value from. Like here, I'll just attack with the L3. And then we can just play Cassian. Salvage. Interesting. I'm surprised they would do that. We'll just kill the black one with the Marin discard. I mean, none of my units have damage on it. This Marin and the Poe are just doing some work here. Let's get Cassian down, hit for 3, pass. And that's lethal on board. Wow, this deck is so fun to play. I mean, there's just so many lines. I'm having trouble because I'm like trying to think of all the opportunities that we have, and then I'm trying to consider Padmes and doing the math in my head. This is one of those decks where it's like, wow, there's a lot of math going on, and it is a little bit tricky to figure out exactly how I want to sequence each one of these plays. But my goodness, that was impressive. I mean, again, my opponent and I both had very, very solid hands. If they didn't have the open fire when we did, I think the game would have been completely over. They also had the blue leader multiple times to be able to, ambush and disrupt our setup. But then at the same token, we also drew 2 MIGs. And that was a really nice, solid option. And then, of course, we had a nice slew of smuggling options as well. So overall, I mean, we did pretty well. We got double MIGs, but then also they did pretty well with a double blue leader and the timely Poe. I mean, that was a surprise as well. I wasn't really considering that, although I probably should have. But it was just a sweet game overall. I mean, this was a battle. All right, everyone. What did we learn with Padme? Honestly, pretty incredible. Like, it is just Quinlan-esque, but in some cases it's better, and in some cases it's worse, which, is a good thing to hear because Quinlan's already incredibly strong. I mean, you've got the cunning aggression pieces that are really, really powerful, like Kira and Cassian Andor and Depo Balaba. All of those are just incredible. But then you have this really, really big, heavy self-discard side of things. And I know Padme says when you reveal or discard cards, there haven't really been any cards that are like reveal to really push like that side of things. So just self-discard and discarding cards in general to get value has been the kind of game plan that I've found to be very, very solid. I mean, cards like R2, for example, this is a 2/4 turn 1 unit that deals 1 to something and filters your draws. Great. You've got things like Marin, which is just a 2/5 normally, but now it's an on-attack discard a card to deal 3 to stuff. That's impressive. Poe Dameron's obviously just a disgusting card in this deck. Even cards like Chopper or Furtive Handmaiden, just these triggers to regularly discard a card. I mean, Bale went off one of the games there where he created multiple spy tokens, just taking over the whole board. MIGs, obviously, if you're able to set up some discard, get a MIGs down, just get a little bit of damage going, that can just completely take over. There's a lot of cool things going on. I think the only card in this list that really, well, I guess there's 2 that are a little bit more speculative, and I was curious if they're going to do anything. Topple the Summit, we never found a real good spot for it. I think that's definitely more of a sideboard card. I was going to play one of just because I felt like, oh, it's from the resources, maybe we can do something cool. And then the other card is Luthen's Hallcraft. I'm not sure why I played this initially anyways. I knew I was going to be self-discarding, so finding 2 cards that are aggression, heroism is just tough, right? I mean, if you look at my deck, I'm going to need like a Furtive Handmaiden, Bale, Chopper, L3, R2, Anakin, Cassian, like one of those cards. And if some of those, if they're cunning, I'm going to need 2 more cards in hand that are aggression. But even if I have like a Cassian in hand, which I won't because I'm not a resource, or like let's say a Poe, I'm going to need another aggression card in my hand at that exact time when it's defeated to get this trigger. And as you saw in most of those games, I was operating on like, I drew my 2 cards for the turn, and then I discarded them all on that turn. So it would have been pretty tough to get that trigger. So I think Luthen's Hallcraft really didn't do anything in any of the games, or wouldn't have been good in any of the games, and Topple wasn't that great either. I think you could definitely go with some different options. I do like the heavy portion of smuggle options like Hotshot, L3, and Cassian. That does give you the freedom to discard your hand and then still be able to use your resources pretty effectively in most of the games. So pretty sweet stuff there. Honestly, this deck was an absolute blast. Just completely dominating a lot of the early game, completely taking over the game in some of those matches. I'm having a good time, guys. Set 6 is a ton of fun. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all for the next one.